It's a stunning Tuesday morning ahead of midweek racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Wednesday. Hope the stunning weather is going to continue into the weekend and that you've got your tickets to see the Kaapse Klopse and to be part of the big Hollywoodbet Guineas meeting on Saturday. But we are concentrating on midweek racing action here in the Mother City, and as I mentioned, Hollywoodbets Kenilworth is the place to be on Wednesday afternoon, where the first race gets underway at 12:15, and it's the first of 9 races on the program. I thought a few competitive races in between, quite a few maiden plates to contend with. Those may be a little bit easier to get through, but by and large, another wonderful card that we can all look forward to. Don't forget your Hollywoodbet punted challenge selections. Those need to be on 5 minutes before the advertised starting time, and get those bet slips taken as well, because that could put you in line for the big incentive prize. If you catch all 9 winners correct, you could be an instant millionaire if you're the only one that does it. Welcome, good to have you along for a sure thing. I'm Rouvaun Smit, and it's time for me to preview this Hollywoodbets Kenilworth race meeting, where the first race on the program is a maiden plate for fillies to be run over 1,000 metres, and a field of 14 runners will contest the opener on the program. Now, there are a couple of them that are renewing rivalry, and those are number 14, Heritage Rose, 2, Poetic Princess, 3, Champagne Problems, and also number 9, Meg's Legacy. They renew a rivalry, and of the 4, I'm going to be siding with 14, Heritage Rose, as my first choice selection has been getting closer with each and every one of her starts. She finished ahead of the likes of 2, Poetic Princess, 3, Champagne Princess, and 9, Meg's Legacy, so I expect the 3 of them to be behind her again when the first race on the program does get run. She should really enjoy the course and distance. She showed lots of toe last time out over the track and trip, and with Richard Fourie returning the ride, I think she can go one better to win the opener on the program. For second, I'm going to go with 9, Meg's Legacy. Now, this is the sister to Oriental Charm. My goodness, how well did Oriental Charm win on the weekend? And I do think with the natural progression shown from first to second run, further improvement can be expected, and that's the kind of horse that I certainly would go for, and I make her my second choice, and then 2, Poetic Princess, and 3, Champagne Problems are my third and fourth choices. 14, 9, 2, and 3 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 1 on the card. Moving on to race 2, and I thought this was a pretty tricky race, an open maiden, where 11 runners will contest this 1,200 metre contest. And in fact, you're probably going to need to include 1 or 2 of them to safely see you through the opening leg of the bipot. I'm going with number 4, Scottish Kiss, as my first choice selection. This one has the tendency of being slow away, and I do think if this one jumps on terms, and because of the improvement shown last time out, certainly can go one better, because those that finished second that day has come out and franked that form, and to me, Scottish Kiss does look like the kind of horse that could win a race of this nature. For second, I'm going with number 5, Palace Gift, model of consistency, a must inclusion in a field of this nature. For third, I'm going with number 7, Golden Ideal, comes in with 52 kilograms on the back, getting closer with each start, and further improvement I think can be expected. And then for fourth, I'm going with the first timer, number 11, Superhero, costs 800,000 rand as a yearling. From the informed Andre Nelhard is a brother to Warrior, and we all know Warrior was no slouch on his day, so I think Superhero, first time out, could possibly make his presence felt. So 4, 5, 7 and 11 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 2. Moving on to race 3 on the program, and this is also an open maiden plate. This time 8 runners will line up at the 1,400 metre mark, and again, one of those races where you probably could make a case for more than one of them. Number 1, Mystic Majesty, has been gelded recently, and I guess because of that, any amount of improvement can be expected. Last time out, number 2, Blame It On Me, took on winners. Now back in maiden company, definitely one to consider. But I'm going with number 3, Master of the Desert. That was a very good first run as a gelding. I thought this horse was staying on very nicely at the business end of affairs over 1,200 metres. Will enjoy the step up to 1,400 metres, and I think from up there should go one better now that they're going round the turn and will be going over a trip that will be much better suited to number 3, Master of the Desert. With Alda de Meyer on board, I think this horse definitely has got a winning chance. I'm going for Master of the Desert, ahead of 4, Tripping Thunder, who showed good improvement from first to second run. Further improvement, of course, can be expected. For third, I'm going with 1, Mystic Majesty. And then for fourth place, I'm going with number 8, Boundless Love, who improved in his last start. And I do think this one can place, especially if one takes that last form line into account, where Boundless Love finished behind Garrix, who subsequently won with consummate ease again on the weekend. So that one also needs to be taken into account in that lineup. So the numbers that I'm going for in race 3, 3, 4, 1 and 8. Fourth race on the program is a maiden plate. This one is for 3-year-old fillies, 13 runners to line up at the 1600 metre mark at 2 o'clock for race 4, which will also be the first leg of the pick 6. And this is a race where I'm going for number 7, Diamond Bomber, and I'm making this one probably my nap bet on the card, because this horse holds number 3, Exquisite, and number 4, Hunger Tonga on their last meetings. He was runner-up in his last 2 starts, a repeat of that last run, where he raced up handy. Could see him definitely go one better over 1400 metres, and I think should be the one they all have to beat. Alda de Meyer for Candace Bass Robinson to beat number 6, Rahaba, who will be my second choice. I think this one is likely to improve even further, having done so from first to second start. And there has been 3 winners that have come out of that form line already. So that bodes well for that one's chances. And then 3, Exquisite, second run after rest, I think will be staying on at the business end. And 4, Hunger Tungos, having a third run after rest, should fill the minor placing. So 7, 6, 3 and 4 will be the numbers I'm going for in race number 4. Race 5 on the program, and this is a Cape Sea Stakes over 1,000 metres, and a field of 11 runners will face the starter. And here we have some hard-knocking individuals that will once again be in action. Number 2, Rattlesnake, always there or thereabout. 3, Bluff on Bluff. That was a hard-fought victory last time out, and for that win picked up a 3-point penalty, but it's good to see that Richard Fourie is retaining the ride. 4, Kelp Forest. That was 2 below par efforts, but I see the blinkers have been fitted to sharpen Kelp Forest up for this 1,000 metre contest. And then the horse that I'm leaning towards as my first choice selection is number 7, Barney McGrew. Loves this course and distance if one looks at the form. In his penultimate, he was 1 1/4 lengths behind Bluff on Bluff, who of course, as I said, incurred that 3-point penalty. Is now 2 kilos better off at the weights. So that should be enough for Barney McGrew to turn the tables with Bluff on Bluff. And I make him, he's my first choice selection, because he'll be up handy and he'll be satellite where it matters most to go on and win it. Ashton Aries for Andre Steyn, I think, should win race number 5 on the card. And I'm going for Barney McGrew ahead of Bluff on Bluff for second. For third, I'm going for Fort Red, who's half a kilo better off with number 3, Bluff on Bluff. And being a model of consistency, I expect Ford Red to be in the shake-up as well. And for fourth, number 4, Kelp Forest. So 7, 3, 8 and 4 are the numbers that I'm going with in race number 5. 6th race on the card is a Class 2. 7 runners to contest this 1,400 metre event. And a case can also be made for quite a few of them, because there are also a few hard knockers in this race. One Han Solo has got solid form prior to that race. And if one sort of looks at that Han Solo's form, one would think that he may just need this run. 2, Underworld is the kind of horse that can win this race. So, having looked long and hard at this, I thought this is probably going to be my first choice selection. Finished second in both the course and distance starts to date. That was a very good last effort behind subsequent easy winner Snow Pilot. And to me, Underworld, Justin Snaith, Grant van Niekerk, never shy to end up in the winner's enclosure, should win the 6th race on this card, ahead of number 4, The Real Prince, who certainly showed signs of needing this run last time out. This one from the Dean Kannemeyer yard should strip fitter, and Craig Zaki should have this one in the right place where it matters most in the closing stages of the race. For third, I'm going with number 7, Get Impressed. Now, yes, Get Impressed is having his second run off the rest, but should strip fitter and should be definitely in with a chance if one takes the previous form into account. And for fourth, I'm going with number 5, Rapidash, who was disappointing last time out, but also a chance on the solid form shown prior to that. 2, 4, 7 and 5 are the numbers I'm going for in race number 6. Seventh race on the card is a Class 5 fillies and mares, where 8 runners will contest this 1400-meter contest. And here one can sort of look at this one from various angles as to how you could find a winner in this race. One Black Path comes into this race with a very low weight of just 52.5 kilograms, jumps from pole position, finishing the money in the last 2 starts, nothing stopping it from doing the same this time round. 2 Trey Chic, that was a very good last win, I thought, and in fact very good last 2 wins if one looks at the form. Picked up a 5-point penalty. Now, will Trey Chic still be competitive with the results of having picked up that 5-point penalty? Only time will tell. 3, I'm the Buzz, is 3 kilos better off at the weights with Trey Chic and should get closer to the action. 5, Hang Out the Stars, a repeat of that last course and distance run in the penultimate, should bring this one into the reckoning. And then number 6, Veronique, disappointed last time out, but on good prior earlier form, does come into the equation as well. So, how do we sort of summarize this race? You know, as I said, a case can be made for quite a few of them, and I think I've mentioned the principal protagonist. Despite the 5 points, I'm still going to go with 2 Trey Chic to win it, ahead of 3, 5 and 1 in race number 7. Moving on to race 8 on the program, and here quite a few of them are renewing rivalry. The likes of 2 to a Penny, 3 Among the Clouds, 4 Green Isle, 5 Plum Pudding, 6 Lickety Split. They all renew rivalry. 6 Lickety Split, of course, won that start and has incurred a 3-point penalty as a result of that victory. So I'm going to put that one probably as a horse to finish in the placings, if that, because I'm going to go with number 7, Bella Vista. I thought that was a very good post-maiden run, went third over 1400 meters. I thought if one sort of look at that form line, the second place horse has subsequently come out and franked that form. Richard Fourie, Justin Snave, they team up. Will enjoy the step up in trip, and I think with Richard Fourie back on board, definitely the one to beat. So I'm going with 7, Bella Vista, to win race 8 on today's on the card, ahead of number 4, Green Isle, who's a kilo better off with 6 Lickety Split. For third, I'm going with number 3, Among the Clouds, who is always there or thereabout. And for fourth, for number 2, To a Penny, who is a 3-time course and distance winner. 7, 4, 3 and 2 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 8, which brings us on to the lucky last of the afternoon, which is race 9 on the card. And this is a maiden plate, where 10 runners will face the starter at the 1800-meter mark. And here I'm looking no further than number 6, Audible, as my first choice selection. Has certainly improved since being gelded. Stayed on nicely, went third over the course and over this distance last time out. And this is a horse that has a tendency of being stowaway, so if getting away on terms and sitting in a nice position, should turn it on where it matters most in the nice long straight. And that is my first choice selection, number 6, Audible, ahead of number 8, Akavanga, who I think will be suited to this 1800-meter contest. For third, I'm going with number 5, Bomber in the Sky, who will also enjoy the drop to 1800. And for fourth, I'm going to with number 9, Dream a Little Dream, who I think is better than that last run and certainly must have claims on the good prior form. So 6, 8, 5 and 9 are the numbers I'm going with in race number 9. And that takes care of this Hollywoodbets Kenilworth race meeting for Wednesday. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable day with us. Get those tickets ahead of the big Hollywoodbets Guineas meeting on Saturday. There'll be all sorts of fun-filled activities to be part of. Make sure you come and join us. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Find those winners. Cheers for now.